Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my online class, NS2 Kalagasia Union High School. This is Mahmoud Ali Khan, Assistant Teacher English from Kalagasia Union High School. Dear, today I shall discuss an important topic, and my today's topic is clothes. So, today you shall be able to know about clothes and its kinds. First of all, we shall discuss what clothes is. So, let's get started. First, we shall know what clothes is. Dear, listen. A clause is a group of words having a subject and a finite verb. I am repeating, a clause is a group of words or group of words having a subject and a finite verb. Okay. A clause can be a sentence. At the same time, it can be a part of a large sentence. In a clause, the subject may be visible or invisible, but the verb must be visible. So, let's get an example. I play, I can play football. Dear, notice, here this is a sentence. I can play football. This is a sentence because here we find many words, and these words make a sentence because these words can give us a complete sense. So this is a sentence. At the same time, this is a clause because here we find a subject and a verb can. The subject is I and verb is can. So this is a sentence. At the same time, this is a clause. I said that a clause can be a subject. So, or a subject, a clause can be a sentence, or a sentence can be a clause. Here, this is a sentence, and this is a clause, because a clause can be a sentence. And I also said that a clause can be a part of a large sentence. Okay, take an example. As he was ill, he could not go to office. As he was ill, he could not go to office. Here, as he was ill, this is a part of a large sentence. And he could not go to office. This is a part of a large sentence. And as he was ill, he could not go to office. This is a large sentence, and here we can divide this sentence into two parts. As he was ill, he could not go to office. Okay, as he was ill, this is a clause. Why? The reason is that in this part we have a subject and verb. So this is a clause. Again, he could not go to office. This is also a clause because here we find he subject could verb. So we can find the condition of clause in this sentence. What are the conditions of being a clause or being a clause? The condition is that a clause must have a subject and a finite verb. And here we find he is a subject and was is a finite verb. And again, here we find he subject and could is a finite verb. So, in the last sentence, we find two parts. We can divide the sentence into two parts. And this part is a clause because this part has a subject and a finite verb. But if you can say that as is also a part of sentence, so as is a clause? No, because as is a word. The word as has no subject, has no verb. So a clause, for being a clause, the sentence must have a subject and a feeling verb. Okay, so I am repeating that a clause can be a sentence or a clause can be a part of a sentence, part of a large sentence. Okay, now we should discuss the kinds of clause. Dear students, there are mainly two kinds of clauses. What are they? One is independent clause. Independent clause. Independent clause or main clause or main clause. The other is dependent clause. Dependent clause or subordinate clause. Subordinate clause. There, we notice that there are two kinds of clause. Independent clause or main clause. Dependent clause or subordinate clause. Now we shall know the definition of these clauses. First of all, what is independent clause? Independent. The word, what is the meaning of the word independent? That means sharing. The another word of independence is freedom. Okay, so this clause have independence, and this clause has no independence. That means this clause depends on another. But as this clause is dependent, sure. So this clause is not. It does not depend on another clause. So we can say in this way, the clause which does not depend on upon another clause for expressing its meaning is called independent clause or main clause. And at the same time, the clause which depends on another clause is called subordinate clause or dependent clause. Let's take an example. If you help me, I shall help you. I shall help you. Here, notice, here we find two clauses. If you help me, I shall help you. Here, if you help me, can't express its meaning completely without depending on the second clause, I shall help you. Okay, so the first clause, if you help me, is subordinate clause or dependent clause because this clause depends on the second clause, I shall help you. Okay, so the first clause, if you help me, is subordinate clause or dependent clause, and I shall help you is independent clause because it does not depend on the first clause. Without depending on first clause, the second clause can express its meaning completely. I shall help you. Okay, but the first clause must depend upon the second clause. Okay, or depend on the second clause. So we can say that the first clause is dependent clause and the second clause is independent clause. Okay, so dears, I hope you have understood. Okay, I shall meet you with another important topic. Till then, keep well, keep continuing the studies. Bye.